Hello, 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 everybody. Caught me getting a drink before I get started here. How are you guys doing today? So, I was going to do this tomorrow, but I decided to do it today because I'm going to have a busy week this week. So, for those of you who are first timers, welcome, welcome. So, my name is Patty Hall, and I do actually readings. I call them sessions sometimes, just because I have another channel and we call them sessions over there. So, if you hear me say readings or sessions, that's fine. But we're going to do a collective today, a collective of energies and vibrations, but it's done through intuitiveness. A lot of it, because I'm an empath, I get messages through a lot of messages, a lot of downloads, and I get them straight from the divine, where the highest powers, or whatever you want to call it, universe, or highest light, whatever you want to call it. To me, it is God. And then whoever he sends forth as far as messages to me, or sometimes they're vibrations, sometimes sensitivities, sometimes pop out in the card to say, pay attention to this, and I'll pay attention to that. So so I do my readings a little bit differently, and if you're brand new, you can go to my channel and check out this little 4-minute video of how I do it, introductory video. And then for those of you that are new, thank you for returning. I appreciate it so much. I hope you share and like. I do want to share one thing before I get started. I don't want to keep this very long. As far as the beginning, is that somehow or some why YouTube has me starting in 2013. I am fairly new to YouTube. I started in November, December, I think December of 2019. So I'm not even a year old with YouTube. So for those of you that are coming, it's like, well, why doesn't she have very many? It's because I'm new. So I'm getting used to YouTube, and I'm also learning about how it all works. But this is something I've done since many, many years. Came out in a year ago, actually, with my abilities, because a lot of people didn't even know. Hi, Brianna. Thank you. Hello, hello. Yes, all is well. So we're here doing a collective vibrations and energies reading for July 15th to the 31st. So we're doing the end of the month. Just got done with everybody's for next week. So if you haven't seen your sign yet for next week, please go ahead and see that. Share with friends. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you have some fun. I'm a goofball, so hopefully you have some fun with it, and also learn and grow with it, because something will resonate with you in any of my readings. If you choose to log off, that's up to you, but trust me, there is something that will resonate with you in all my readings. It might not resonate all, but it will resonate, because this is from the divine directly, not from me. I'm just the conduit. So whoever he sends through, and whatever comes through, this is what we do. So we're going to see what the focus is from July 15th to the 31st. And we're going to go through the oracles. The oracles are going to give us our general energy, our vibrations. Sometimes we'll get 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Just depends on the divine. And we'll go from there. So let's see where we are going to be for the rest of the month. We just came out of the retrograde, actually today. Today is the 12th, so the end of the retrograde. I'm so happy. It has been one crazy challenge of a retrograde. I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad it's over. I don't know of how many things could happen in just 1 month, right? Oh my gosh, it is crazy. It is crazy. Oh, thank you. I actually enjoy sharing my gift. I really, really do. This has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. I kept hidden as an empath for many, many years. And I did that because of society, my friends. Finally, I just said, screw it. I'm going to be how God wanted me to be. And the awakenings just kept flooding and overgoing, even more so than what I already have. So I enjoy sharing my gift. And this is, again, I'm the conduit. So So we have one card out already, flying, but let's see if there's anything else, which is a really, really good card. I think it showed up once or twice this week, but flying is a really, really good card because it's not only a card of positiveness that's coming out, it's also one that you can oversee things, that you're actually seeing things from above, and you can like, oh yeah, okay, cool, I see why that's happening now. Oh yeah. Oh, wow, really? So you'll be able to see where this is going for this next couple of weeks. So this is good because we're coming out of retrograde too. So it is actually going to be a very positive couple of weeks. I can feel. I'll say I get goosebumps, though it's usually a verification of I'm on track. I don't know. That's just something that they give me. So I don't know. So anyway, so this will be a really good week. So I don't see any other cards. So if there is another focus, please share that with me right now. If there's anything else, we will go straight into the cards. And like I said, once in a while you hear me say thank you. I'm just thanking the powers that be for giving me the wisdom and the information coming through. I'm asked to show you, see off this horse, there's like a whimsical air on it. So that I'm getting to notice. So I'll notice things on cards and they'll bring my attention to that. So it's time for people to be a little bit more light and airy. There's so much seriousness going on right now that I think that that's what the divine is trying to say. You know, let's go with the flow. Let's take it a little bit easy. Let's, you know, take a deep breath. Just try to relax, let things loosen up a little bit. That kind of thing. I can feel that energy coming through. I'm getting, some people are going to be traveling. Ooh. So I know that everything going on right now, I know we watch, of course, we watch the Disney stuff, so we're big Disney people. I have a family that works for Disney, but this is a time that we really have to be careful when we're flying, not drop our guards down. Make sure that if you are going to be traveling, to take all the precautions medically, physically. Make sure you're getting your rest, keeping your immune system up. Yeah, so we have the Judgment card right out. So there's been a lot of things going on with, I think, not only here, but in the States, but also around the world, that we've actually had a lot of things stopping. So when we have these things stopping, that means something new is going to come, maybe. And then also too, a lot of people have had to sacrifice things, so then new things are going to come. You also look at this card, and for me, what I get in here is there's almost like a balance. So what I get from above is that we've got an earthly, and then we've got the spiritual. So there's a sort of a break here between our earth, which is our soul and our spirit, and a lot of the times we don't allow our soul to listen to our spirit. So that's when we get in troubles with judgment. So we need to be listening to what our heart and our spirit are saying for truth and good in anything. And that may be in relations to, you know, taking it easy, listening to the truth. Because a lot of the times society or people around us will actually sort of mold us, not even the way that we want to be, really, in all realities. So we just fake it until we make it, kind of thing. And that's what I did for many, many years. I knew what was screaming inside of me to get out, but I lived in fear. And that's the thing too. Flying is love. You get to see everything. It's loose. It's happy, free. You let it go. Whereas the other alternative is to live in fear. So fear is afraid of other people's opinions, afraid if you're going to be laughed at. In all reality, it took me over 50 years to say, you know what, I don't care what they think. I don't care what they say. I don't care. I'm going to finally be me. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be me. So, and that takes a lot of strength, a lot of strength. Cards flew out all over the place this week. Yeah, so we're coming from this. we're coming from a place where people were sort of shunned. People were, and we're still in this to a point, and this may be happening for a long time, but we want to be sure that we're not the ones portraying that or putting that out there to leave somebody cold, leave somebody in a bad spot, or we want to be able to lift somebody up, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually. We want to make sure that thank you. So be sure that we're the ones lifting them up, because at the end of the day, we will be judged. We will have something to be accountable for. Even if you don't believe in God and up above, you'll be accountable down here. So it's sort of like, you do something bad, you go to jail kind of thing. There's accountability. There's responsibility to that. So, So anyway, so that's what we are going to have to be mindful for the next 2 weeks. And hi, Angel, thank you for popping in. I will towards the end, I'll make sure that I have some time at the end to share or answer some of your questions, that kind of thing. But I want to make sure that my energies are staying within the reading, because I don't know how long these messages will come through. People are busy on the other side too, I guess. So anyway, so let's keep moving forward. So we will have an accountability, whether it's here or not. So this is what I'm hearing for these next couple of weeks is be nice, be helpful. Somebody out there is hurting physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm an empath, so if I start getting weepy, it's just because everything is coming in too quick. So, and I bounce things off. So sometimes they get in before I can bounce them off. So, just be mindful of that. And I think that's part of the flying as well, is because we just need to sit back and watch and go over everything and watch and see how we can help each other and be that way, basically loving to each other, kind of thing. Also on this one here, somebody has some physical ailments going on. Somebody is trying to get over either a sickness, an injury. Now, if you notice, I have Get Balanced 2020 down there. My new background's in nutrition and fitness. And when somebody's physically hurt or they're trying to repair or heal, the thing that they need to eat more of, if they're not medically compromised, like with diabetes or renal failure, all those kind of things, is that protein is the building block. So the more protein they eat, the faster the recovery is. So for somebody who's physically, trying to heal from a surgery or just, bruises, getting hurt, muscle pains, things like that, protein really helps with that. Maybe sharing that with somebody if that's what you're supposed to be doing. Here we go. Okay. Boy, there's some heavy cards here. There are some really heavy cards for the flying. I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. So somebody is sort of, okay, thank you. So somebody's sort of hiding something. Somebody hasn't told something to somebody, or somebody hasn't told you something. So during this next week, really pay attention to people's body language, people's words. Are they matching their actions? Because what they just told me is, I said, why is this so heavy and confusing? Because people need to walk in the truth, whether it's going to hurt at first. It's like putting a Band-Aid on versus just, getting that cut open and healing it up. So truth is what that's about. And so I hear truth. So people need to be truthful, because somebody's actually hiding. Somebody's actually not being honest. And I don't think it's in a bad way. I think it's just they're ashamed or afraid. Again, that fear thing coming in, that if they say something, somebody might judge them. And we want to be sure, if that's you sharing that with somebody or somebody sharing that to you, to not judge them. not judge them, because our perspective ourselves is not what somebody else's perspective is, especially if you are from a different culture. I've lived in Japan for years. I've been to Africa. I know a lot about the Philippines and Thailand, all the Asian cultures. And so even there is a big challenge of perspectives, and I'm getting goosebumps. So this is for somebody out there. I don't know who. Again, I'm just the conduit. So this is not an intentional thing. It's a fear thing. And don't judge them when they share it with you or when you share it with them. All right. Ooh. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Ace of Swords. So that's an opportunity to actually be given to somebody or to you. Can you listen to me? And sometimes that's all somebody needs, is just to listen. They don't want you to fix it. They want you to listen to them. And so that's what I'm getting from here. So don't be judgmental, whoever is that. Because this sword, if you think about a sword is double-edged, or these swords are double-edged. And a double-edged sword is what? You can speak in truth, or you can, I'm not going to really tell her because it might hurt her, or tell him, it might hurt him, when in reality it can save you a lot of pain. Thank you. They just went straight to relationship. It's like, I'm trying to get through this part first. So if we don't tell the truth in the very beginning of whatever it is, then actually this is what begins to happen, is then we begin to create something that didn't need to be created, which is leaving somebody out in the cold later, maybe not walking in the truth and being honest. And then that creates more drama, that creates more headache, that creates more stress, and that kind of thing. So we want to be sure that we do it in loving kindness. So you might not want to hear this, but I'm your friend. I need to tell you the truth. It's not the best thing for you. And this is why I see it as not the best thing for you, because they may see it completely, totally different. Or if somebody's coming at you telling you, hey, I'm really telling you to be a friend out of a friend. But the thing is that, it's really not the best for you. I do, like I do life coaching, and I do spiritual coaching and also health coaching. And one of the biggest things with women is they let things go way too long. They don't get out of the chute and set their ground, set their standards. And this is the way, I am. This is the way I expect you to be. This is the way I want things to be, or for my life. And if it doesn't work, then they're like, oh, it's okay, you'll change later or whatever. But, reality, you should have stuck to it, because that person might not even supposed to be in your life in the first place. But you've allowed it in now, and those energies in, and those vibrations in, and then it's just, you know what I mean? So that's why, especially with ladies, when I'm talking to them about setting their standards, their boundaries, watching for integrity and character, that is really at the top of your vibrations and energies. So anyway, let's get going here. So we have that coming. So somebody's just fearful of it. So they want me to go off on the relationship thing for somebody for some reason. So the Page of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles here. So a messenger could be a Page of Pentacles, somebody that's a little bit immature, I'm hearing. A little bit not too mature. Maybe somebody younger than you, or somebody who hasn't quite got that same maturity. I mean, you can have a grown woman and a grown girl, and you can have a grown man, and you can have a grown boy. So it all just depends on where the maturity levels are. This could be all about this. I have a feeling part of this is relationships. Part of it is just in these next 2 weeks as a general, is just starting to take it easy. Sit back, chill, relax, have good communication, and don't judge. I think things are actually going to get a little bit harder as we go with all the COVID and the protests. And even though it seems like everything's settled down, it's actually a good thing that the upheaval is actually here, because it makes us think, it makes us more aware of ourselves more than anything. And that's the key with spirit. Spirit is about, let's get back to you here. I'm trying to get you to listen to me and your intuition, because I'm trying to give you everything and the good choices and everything, but if you don't listen. So I'm wondering, does everybody know what the difference between your spirit and your soul is out there? I'm just sort of curious, because I won't go into it if everybody knows the difference, because that's part of all of this right here. So if somebody doesn't, put it this way, if somebody doesn't know the difference, just go ahead and say, I don't, out there, and I'll share that, because it's really, really important. Yeah, remember I said something about travel in the very beginning? So actually, somebody's looking in the future for travel. Oh, don't go there again, please, please. There's a couple of readings that came up this week under the signs. I hope they weren't yours, but it has. Okay, Brianna, I'll share in a moment. But we have to be mindful, because here's the thing. This is going to be a longer reading than I anticipated. So I don't know who's going to be traveling or thinking about traveling, and this travel is sort of far, whether it be in the United States, whether it be traveling from one country to the next. Now we got all the borders shut. So a lot of the borders are shut. So when those borders are opening up, so this is in the foresight of travel. So if this is a travel for an international relationship, it's not a good idea. I know that somebody out there is probably on a dating site, romance dating site, and you're planning on, well, we've been talking for years, or we've been, he loves me, I love him. I'm going to go through this really, really quick. You need to watch the Virgos for last week. In fact, I'm actually going to do another video on it, because Spirit keeps pounding me every day. I want you to do another video. I want you to do another video. I want you to do another video. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. And the reason being is that I have a criminal justice degree, and my degree is in fraud, international scams, romance scams, K-1 visa scams. That is where my degree is. But it is not only where my degree is. I have firsthand experience, not only with meeting somebody from an international dating thing. This was before my criminal justice degree, but also I went to Africa to actually search out and find out every little thing I could about how it happens and everything. And so if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, it's not a good idea. This is a joke to them. It's going to cost you a lot. And if you want to know more, if you're like, nah, please just email me, and I will talk with you, share with you, comment with you, anything like that. But and especially if this is what I do. I go on all these romance dating sites, and I come in under a different name almost every time, because I'm banned, because I catch so many. And I've helped people all over the world save themselves time, money, energy, having children that are going to be born into it, not even out of love. It's just to get, it's 38 things that they do to get here, and they follow each one, and they have a coach and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, well, please, Brianna, if you want, go ahead and email me. Like I said, I'm open. I call myself hot. I'm humble, open, and transparent, and I will share anything and everything with you to save you time, money, heartache, crying. This 90-Day Fiancé thingy on TV it's a big joke. They're making money off of people's pain, loss of money. And these people that are falling into this trap, I feel sad for them. And I shame on them for producing shows like this that are just entertainment out of somebody else's pain. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to know more information, get a hold of me through the website or go through my email. I'll be happy to talk with you one-on-one anytime about that. But let's get back to this because that doesn't pertain to everybody. So, but there is travel, again, for somebody. And at that point in time, you do need to be having your ducks in a row. You need to be asking all those questions. But all I have to see is one email, one text. I'll tell you if they're fake. Trust me. So this is but the other part of this is actually there's a message coming that either from you to you, there's a conversation that needs to be happening. It needs to be happening of a loving manner because this person is fearful to come forward. I don't know what the topic is, but they're really fearful. It's almost like they're shaking. They're fearful. They just don't know what to say, how to say it. And a lot of the times in a relationship, if a guy is cheated, the girl already knows, or if the girl's cheated, the guy already knows, right? It's just that they think they're hiding it, but we already know. And so we just wait for them to come forward, which some of them will get the balls to do that and come forward and say it. And shame on them for doing that. Just if you don't want to be with somebody, end it and start a new one. But don't mess with somebody's life. But it's really hard. It's scary to come forward. It really is scary to come forward. And especially I was abused as a kid. It was hard for me to come forward to my mom because I was afraid that she wouldn't believe me. So some of this, whatever this information is coming towards you or you're giving to somebody, don't be fearful. Because here's the thing. If you trust that person and you tell that person or that person tells you and then they judge you and get all nasty or whatever, they're not supposed to even be in your life. So let them go. Let them go. They're not supposed to even be in your life. That means that the divine was saying, okay, now it's time. Finally, you're going to listen to me. Get rid of them. It's toxic. You don't need that. You need people that are going to lift you up and keep you moving forward. And this is what I'm getting this is all about. They need to go. They need to go. You need to leave them in the cold. They need to leave them in the cold. They have their own journey. And if they don't want to grow, they don't want to learn, they want to be judgmental, if they want to be living in their own thought process and not open to somebody else's, then hasta la vista. Ooh. Yeah. So we've got the King of Pentacles, which falls right out in the very confident in what they're doing, very strong in what they're doing, wisdom with what they're doing, stable with what they're doing. So the King, so this is all coming up where this conversation is coming unfold. Because usually when the spirit or divine sends me this message, if I'm on track, sometimes it's like these cards are just flipping out. It's like, yes, here, this and this. And I'm like, slow down. It's like, I can't hear it all. I can't see it all. I can't do it all. Help me. Slow down. So, yeah. So do this with confidence. Do it with love, a gentle heart, or they're going to do it to you. Just be gentle, loving heart. All right. So let's see what else. Let's see. I would like a little more clarification on this Page of Pentacles. If you could, please. I would really like a little bit more clarification. And my question is there going to be any, between that, is there going to be any health issues, anything, anybody that might be having some health issues that we need to focus in on? We know that you are the healer. We know that you will always heal. Heal our hearts, heal our bodies, heal our minds. And if we allow it and we're open to it. A lot of people are not. All right. What else is there that you would like to share with me? Ooh, cut that one a little thin, didn't you? Okay, yeah. Yeah. So hard work, manifesting what you have coming for your future. In this here, in the next couple of weeks, Like if you are getting ready to travel, that is going to take some planning, getting your ducks in a row. And that's what this card is about. It's also putting everything into perspective, making sure for those, ask those right questions, ask those questions, open-ended questions. Let that body language tell you the answers, not so much the words. But that's what this is all about here. So this is about work, getting things in a row, having the confidence to do that. Whatever this is that you're wanting to do or share or tell someone, because there is a message in this, whatever this, the Page of Pentacles, there is message. Be confident is what I hear. Be confident. And the Magician, we want to manifest that. We want to manifest love, calmness, light in all of that. Yeah. I can't believe this. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I've had so many doubles this week. It's unreal. It just re-verifies that I'm on track. That's all. And that there is something there that needs to be said. Okay, thank you. Something needs to be said about this travel too. Thank you. So if somebody even has a teeny bit of a doubt in their heart, that's when you need to really not sugarcoat and believe in yourself and walk in the truth. Sugarcoat, believe in yourself and walk in the truth. Yeah, the Hierophant. Listen. The Hierophant is basically spiritual, but people also teaching to listen to the spiritual side, sort of like a psychiatrist, somebody who is a counselor, spiritual counselor. But the Hierophant is about our spirit. This is about our intuitiveness. This is about making sure we listen to that. That's what the Hierophant is teaching, is that they want you to follow your heart, your intuition, because that's your protection advice. Thank you. That's your protection, advisor, that you're trying to protect you from whatever is to come. And that, I just feel, is basically, okay, thank you. They're trying to keep you from this. Okay, for whatever that is. All right. And then the Magician manifests. So we can manifest anything in our lives. If you believe in the law of attraction, we can manifest anything in our lives. If you manifest, I've done every single goal that I've ever set out to do in my life. And it's not to toot my own horn. It's to tell you that if you manifest, if you believe in it and that law of attraction, it will come to you. All the resources and everything will come to you. And then you literally think that you're flying, because it's like, wow, I did it. I cannot believe I did it. It's like, yes. And then you want to go to the next one. It's not like a high, but it's like, I did this, so I know I can do this. And then I know I can do this. And so, I mean, like I said, I think I've been to Japan 8-9 times now, lived there 3.5 years, but I manifested it. And to go to Africa, manifested it. Own my own company, going from homeless to owning my own company, manifested it. You have to have that mindset and that process and believe in spirit and divine to help you along the way and leave those there for you. All right. Is there anything else for these next 2 weeks? Because all I'm getting here is a lot of communication, a lot of pulling back and sitting back and watching. And this is a joyous thing, though. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's some grandparents now just sitting back watching their kids just have kids. And it's like, wow, look at this. This is really, really cool. This is really cool. But I do know that there is going to be some change. There is some change, remember, because anything that dies, it has something renewed or rebirthed. If something is actually made accountable also. So if there was any kerfuffle and non-truthfulness, it will come to light. Nobody can lie to an empath. Well, at least me anyway, because it will come to light. And even if I don't want it to, the divine shows me. I've even had my ex-husband say, I can't get away with anything. And I've said, that's not me. That is divine. Just because light opens it up and uncovers dark. That's just the way the divine works. And that's same like for those of you who believe in shadow work. Yeah. So you do your shadow work, you get those low energies, low vibrations. You want those light energies to come to the top and cover that. And you want to thank the shadows for bringing you, because without the shadow, you can't have the light. You don't have your storms. You don't have joy and happiness, or you would never know what joy and happiness is. You'd have it all the time. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Sort of like when I was in Africa, there is no racism. They're like, what do you mean racist? And when the person did come here, they're like, why are people, making comments about my color? It's just like there's racism here. So very different, very, very different. All right. It's about you guys. I can't make this stuff up. You see how I shuffle these? There's no way I can just sit there and say, pick out this card, pick out this card. So be observant. Check out every single detail. Make sure that you understand what you're getting into. And if you do go into it, then it becomes your choice, your responsibility, your accountability, and you can't blame anybody else but you. Sorry, I speak in the truth. That's just the way Spirit has made me. So you have to understand that. If you have any questions about that kind of stuff, international romances and all that, please email me and that kind of thing. So, but we want to manifest joy. We want to manifest happiness. We want to manifest all the light, spirits, and energies in these next 2 weeks. We just came out of a horrible retrograde. Well, I can't say horrible, challenging retrograde. I mean, I even ended up in the hospital for 4 days. So it's like very challenging retrograde. So now we all should feel a lot lighter for the next couple of weeks. And July should end up really, really adventurous. It feels like somebody's got some adventure coming. Philly's got some, and there is going to be a little bit of adventure for somebody and a little bit of nervousness about what they need to share and what they need to talk about. This has come up twice this week, so it might be the same sign. I can't remember which sign it was, but just know that they're also trying to get everything in order in their life for whatever they need to do for their journey. So be mindful of that. Be gentle, be kind, be loving, and also to just take care of yourself, your body. Some things I can't explain. It's like in November. Before I started the channel, or actually at the time I started the channel, I just felt like something was coming in the next 2 to 3, 4 months. And it was more 3, 4 months. And I was like, what is it that's coming so big? So big. I had no idea. But I knew that as soon as I heard the word about China and COVID, then the whole story started unfolding. I'm like, oh, here we go. And we had to get all of our family, and my family is my daughter and I, all things together and actually planned. So making sure that you plan. Something's coming up in these next couple of months. So just keep yourself prepared, keep your family prepared, take care of yourself, physically, take care of your home, try to do whatever you can to have things prepared. Just, hey, worst case scenario, nothing happens and you have all these extra supplies of toilet paper and canned goods and all that kind of stuff. Have a 5-gallon bucket for the what kind of thing. And, whatever. But something's coming up in the next couple of months. I don't know what it is. I don't know good, bad, or whatever, just like I didn't know. I just knew something big. And so something big. So let's wait and see what happens in the next couple of months that the divine is going to say, told ya. So we'll go from there. So I've got a few minutes yet, so I will answer some questions if you like, if anybody is still on. So let me see here. Oh, okay. So, Brianna, are you still here? And then I'll discuss what that means between spirit and soul. If you're still on, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So if she pops on, okay. Let's see. Free readings. No, I'm not doing any free readings right now, but you can book a reading. You can book a half an hour reading, an hour reading if you like. Yeah, so right now I'm not. The soulmate, you know what, Angel, you've got to allow the divine to bring that soulmate to you. Don't start looking for the soulmate. Allow the divine to bring that soulmate to you. Because here's the thing: if you go out looking and you start looking for a soulmate, then what happens is you're going to get somebody that is actually not supposed to be in your circle. Let the divine choose it for you. That is really, really hard. Because I don't know how old you are, but I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm single, and it would be nice to have somebody. But I've learned through many, many years, not only from earth experience, but divine experience, that I don't pick them well. And the thing is that most of the times when we go out searching, we actually teach the person about us too much. As a woman, we give them too much information, and men are players. They don't believe a word men say. You have to believe their actions. And so if you tell them, oh, I'm looking for somebody who's stable, who wants to get married, who likes to go camping, they're going to turn around and say, oh yeah, I want to get married. I'd like to go camping, just to start playing a game. If you really want to listen to somebody who really, from a man's perspective about women and dating and a real true man's mind, listen to Tony Gaskins. It's Gaskins. And he's got so many videos out there. He's on every single day. He has some live things, and he will say the same thing. Let spirit and divine pick him for you, not you pick him, because then we end up getting a soul tie rather than a soul mate. But for those of you that don't know the difference between spirit and soul, okay, and if you go to Get Balance 2020, I think I have like 70 videos on there to teach about putting mind, spirit, and body together. We have to put spirit first, because what that is spirit is where our intuition is. It's the inside of us that knows right from wrong. It's the part of us that knows maybe something's going to happen, and it does, but you don't know how to explain that. That's our spirit. That's righteousness and truth is what spirit is, and love. Those are the three things that spirit is. I'm getting goosebumps, and they're happy I'm sharing this with you. So thank you for asking and allowing me to do that. Thank you. So that's what spirit is. Now, so with spirit, we have to understand, okay, so I don't know your backgrounds, but if you start out with spirit, so like, for example, we were born and raised Catholic. So we were raised as, that what God and that kind of thing. But I broke away from all that. But the thing is that God is where my spirit is. I call it God. Some people call it universe. Some people call it Allah. Some people call it Buddha. Some people call it whatever it is. But we know that there is something in us. So that something in us is righteousness, truth, and love. So when we talk to our soul, now our soul is our personality and our character. So our soul is our selves. Like Patty loves horses. Patty loves Japan. That's who Patty is. Patty is loving, kind, compassionate, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But anyway, that's who I am. That's my soul. Okay. So what happens is when we go to make decisions, like here, what's happening here for this next month or this next couple of weeks, we listen to our soul. Okay. For this person who's going to travel. This is hypothetical. I don't know what's happening in your life, but this is hypothetical. So I talk to this person and, oh yeah, well, he says he really loves me. She says she loves me. And I'm like, oh, well, come visit me. Well, they can't come here. So I have to go visit them. But something inside me says, I just don't feel quite right. So, but rather than saying no, we say yes. So our spirit was saying, no, don't go. I'm trying to protect you. But our soul is our head. Our head begins to get in the way. And that's where we get into a divide. So what happens is we want to follow our head, which makes poor and wrong decisions, when our spirit knows that we should not probably do it. Piece of cake. I'm on a diet. I see this piece of cake. Spirits, no. We don't want to eat that cake. We're trying to lose 20 pounds. But you're like, but oh, that's so appetizing. I really want to eat that piece of cake. I was like, one piece isn't going to kill me. And you eat the piece of cake. Spirit said no. So now you're going to take more time to lose that weight. Same thing. So then what happens is my eyes say yes, my spirit says no, but my mind tells my body how to move. My body answers in how my spirit and my soul is. So if I'm right with my spirit, it makes life easier. But if you're confused and you're fighting spirit with your mind, I want to eat this piece of cake. No, I don't want you to eat this piece of cake. You want to lose 20 pounds. I want to eat this piece of cake. I want you to lose 20 pounds and reach your goal. Don't eat the piece of cake. But you go and eat the piece of cake. Do you see where the confusion is? So your spirit is always in argument with your soul because your soul tells your body how to move. And that's where we get into this. I want to go on that trip. I've saved all this money. I'm going to go. I've already booked my airplane tickets. Right now, airplane tickets can be changed with no fees. You can cancel it. But again, we're in that spiritual battle between our spirit and our conscious, our subconscious, our spirit, our mind, that kind of thing. So that's where that is. Hopefully that's understandable. There is also another video at Get Balanced 2020. If that isn't clear, I'd be glad to do that for you. So let's see. Is there anything else? I'll take one or two more last questions and then I have to run. Okay, so Brianna, if you do come back on here and you see these notes, really, really listen to your spirit about this person. There's a big age difference. And if anybody is playing games at any point, time to end it. Time to end it. You know, back it up and end it. And I'm not saying end it, you know, just I guess end it as far as like end of the games by setting your boundaries and sticking to them. And that's what I would say about that. Because that's what the divine, no games. All I hear is no games, no games, no games. That's not love. That's an earth thing. Nobody plays games that way. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And this is a collective. Now we'll do another collective energy vibrations at the beginning of the month. If you will like, share, and subscribe, that would help. But also, too, don't forget to come back and watch your signs, whatever they are, each week. I'm going to get them out by Saturday morning. So, and I hope to come back. I will do it. I will post the next live date on the channel. So if you subscribe, you should get a notification when that next live reading is going to be. But I do readings. I just don't do free readings at this point in time. All right. Thank you guys for popping in. It was really appreciative. And I hope that was helpful. Even if you're offline and you want to comment or message me, please feel free. I'm really glad to help. I just want to see people better their life and enjoy and be full of joy, love, and peace. Break those chains. Get those chains all unbroken. Because it is an awesome, awesome feeling. So I loved having you guys. Thank you for saying hello, and keep well, healthy, and just keep your mind on focus on the divine and what your spirit is telling you to do. That's all I ask, because that's all he asked me to tell you. All right. Love you guys. See you next week.